But of course, CSG waits until I'm on a weekend vacation with my wife where I'm not supposed to be looking at anything on the internet or YouTube or no kids to drop one of the biggest bombshells they've had ever. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. We are about 24 hours removed from a pretty big announcement from CSG. They changed their label, and from what I understand, also removed subgrades. I mean, I'm glad. I'm happy. Let's dive into this real quick. So check this out. We'll take a look at this video together. Pretty fancy setup that they did here. Very iPhone-ish in their case or in their video. Now, this is my first time actually watching the whole video, so let's go back here for a second. Let's stop right here. My initial thoughts is I'm not the biggest fan of the label, but it is a vast improvement from this. I was not a fan of this label at all. At all. 0%. This one, a little closer to 40, 50%. It's 50-50 for me. Aside from the green, one of the issues that I always had with their label was the amount of dead space in the label. I like that they went to the black and white with the I guess that was a gold lettering. I'm not crazy about the barcode out there like that. That's kind of weird. That probably would have been like better suited on the back. Did they give us any shots of the back? Doesn't look like they did. Look, I said this from the beginning, right? That CSG's acrylic is the nicest acrylic in the game. Period. Their plastic is a way better looking plastic than any other company offers. And my apprehension was always this label. So I'm curious to see. It doesn't look like, but I'm assuming the dimensions of the label are the same. If so, I had a bit of an issue with that as well. The proportions of the size of the label to the size of a card were a little weird to me, but that's minor things that I can look past. For me, the color was horrible, and there was just way too much dead space. Way too much white, open, dead space on the label itself. I always felt like their labels could be smaller. And based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like that's true. It looks like their label could be smaller. I just don't think they use very much space, or they don't use spacing very well. I have to imagine that this is because they already had slabs like this for their Pokemon cards. So why create a whole nother slab for sports cards? But I just always felt like the white was there was too much dead space. But like I said, their acrylic, by far the nicest acrylic, the nicest plastic that you'll find when it comes to these labels. I think this is a massive step up from these green labels. They obviously heard the feedback from the customers. Now, removing the subgrades, I think, is an interesting move. According to CSG, they claim that removing the subgrades was really more because they had fewer than 20% of submitters that were requesting subgrades. So the demand simply was not there. In addition, eliminating subgrades would allow us to further improve our turnaround times, which are already among the fastest in the industry. So, man, I mean, they seem to be wanting to make this push. See, like, here's the other thing I don't understand. Why put the barcode here when you have a QR code here and then all this dead space back here where you could have put that barcode? You move this barcode and all this to the back, and you could shrink this label by like 30%, without a doubt. I don't know. Those of you who are car guys, you guys know Nissan recently released the new 3, I think it's the 400Z, the next generation of the Z. And car enthusiasts were really excited about that because from the shots that we were being given, the sneak peeks that we were being given, it looked like Nissan was trying to get back to the original design of the Z, of the Datsun Z and the early Nissan Zs. But then when they released the car, it looked really frumpy. Well, it looked frumpy because Nissan had to try to make the framework of the previous generation Z look like a new generation of Z. They didn't change the platform. And because of that, some of the styling cues of the Heritage Z models didn't quite translate very well. A lot of the proportions were off, and it had a lot to do with the fact that they were still using the same platform. I'm getting that same feeling from what's happening here with the CSG label. And I feel like they made some improvements, which are vast improvements, but there's still something just not right about this label. And I feel a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're probably using the same framework, the same foundation as their TCG slabs, and they can't get away from that because moving away from that would require a redesign in the plastic. And for those of y'all that don't know how much R&D, how much trials, and how many first articles and all kinds of stuff go into redesigning things like this at scale, it's not only is it very expensive, but it's also very time consuming. It's a pain in the ass. So in the end, kudos to CSG. I really like this new label. I'm going to send a couple of cards in to get graded so I can get my hands on it myself. But I mean, the timing of this right before Mint Collective, they're looking to make a splash. They're in it to win it. As I mean, that's kind of their call to arms. They're here to win, and they're looking to be one of the top dogs. I think they're entering the race a little bit too late. There's a clear number 1, clear number 2. Number 3 is up for grabs. You know, but let's get off of here. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, I think they did a great job redesigning the label, working within the confines that they're clearly working in. Like I said, I'm going to send some stuff off and see what it looks like when it comes back. But you guys are great, man. As soon as this announcement dropped on Instagram, I got no less than a dozen DMs. I got maybe about 10 or 15 emails. Thank you to all of you who keep this type of stuff in the forefront and always keep me up to date. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do my normal quick turnaround. You know, I got to spend time with the family, man. That's what's important. So, but thank you guys. I appreciate it. Those of you that are noticing my voice and all that stuff, I have really bad allergies. And right now we are being attacked, but the trees are attacking me. And that's what this is. So I'm good. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys watching as always. Love y'all. Peace.